Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
We're going to call this meeting to order. And as with every meeting, we're going to ask if everyone could please silence your cell phones, put them to silent or to vibrate mode, please. As we move along with the agenda, this is my distinct pleasure. I love saying this. We're going to have our invocation by our very own Mr. Warshaw.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we gather tonight to say thank you for your many blessings. Thank you, Lord, for a new year that brings new opportunities, brings new challenges. But we're grateful, God, that you've given us the strength. We come now, God, just to say thank you for all that you are. You're keeping and blessing us and prospering us. We thank you for our town. And Lord, we ask your blessings upon this council, the leaders, as they move forward, guys. We ask you to continue to give them a forward motion, that they continue to strive for excellence. Not only the council, but our citizens. God, you know what we need, and you promise to supply every need. So tonight, we just want to say thank you for the privilege and the opportunity for us to come together. We thank you for your safety, how you protect us and keep us. We're just blessed beyond blessed. And Lord, we want to give honor and praise to whom is due, which is you, through your Son, Jesus Christ. This is our prayer. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Sharp. All right, then we're going to ask if everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to move to our roll call, from our Deputy Clerk.
Councilwoman McCullough.
Present.
Councilman Hunt.
Here.
Councilman Simmons.
Here.
Councilman Franklin.
Here.
Councilman Reynolds.
Here.
Mayor, you have a phone.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, but we have a lot of business to attend to tonight. The first is for a proclamation. So I'm going to ask Miss Barbara Price Sessoms if she can meet me meet me down here. I'm gonna try to talk loud. This proclamation is for the honor of Barbara Price Sessoms, and just so y'all know, I'm very respectful, so I hope you're okay with me sharing your age today.
Yes.
Okay. So, everybody out here, when I get to that part, just show your age. So we are doing this because Miss Sessoms has been a huge partner, contributor, volunteer, mentor, and a lot of other things to the town of High School, to a lot of our events, and to a lot of things that are happening that we pay homage to for historical purposes and for just giving back to the community. So this proclamation is for Ms. Barbara Sessoms. She was born in Ahoskie, North Carolina on January 25th, 1946, and has graced this world for 8 decades. Can y'all do it? So she became the wife of Robert Earl Sessoms on February 14, 1968, on Valentine's Day. And this marriage has blessed 2 children, a son, Stephen, and a daughter, Rhonda, 3 grandchildren, Destiny, Stephen Jr., and Ashley, and 3 great-grandchildren, Alea, Harmony, and Pierre. Okay? And she has demonstrated a lifetime of commitment to her family, serving as a beacon of strength, wisdom, and support for her husband, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. And she has made significant contributions to her church and community through the following: as a member of the Elm Grove Missionary Baptist Church, chair of the Beautification Ministry, Director of the Robert L. Dam Resource Center, member of NAACP, Chair of the annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Chair of the annual Juneteenth celebration, member of Hertford County Ministers' Wives and Ministers' Widows Association, and member of the North Carolina Southeast Region and International Association of Ministers' Wives and Ministers' Widows. And during a long and productive lifetime, she has demonstrated in countless ways her humor, most sociability, friendliness, candor, and generosity, and has earned the respect and affection of all people from all walks of life and ages. Now, therefore, it be proclaimed by myself, Mayor of the Town of Bahasi, I hereby deem it an honor and pleasure to recognize and applaud Barbara Price Sessions on her 80th birthday with sincere congratulations and best wishes for many happy productive years.
A man run off into the. Thank you, Pat.
Okay, so we do have another special presentation. I'm very excited about this as well. At this time, we're going to ask if Chief Garrett can come up front.
Good evening, Mayor, Town Council, hope you all are doing well.
Good evening. Good evening.
All right. You all come up, yes. This is Sergeant Deans, Detective Dunlow. In the month of October 2025, Sergeant Deans and Detective Dunlow responded to a call involving an unresponsive individual. Upon arrival, the individual found without a pulse. Sergeant Deans and Detective Dunlow immediately initiated CPR, successfully restoring a pulse. Hertford County Emergency Services, they arrived, and also that individual was transported to our local hospital. So we want to recognize them. Sergeant Deans, you're so welcome. Okay. Good job. All right, Sergeant Baker, Officer Williams. In July of 2025, Sergeant Baker, Officer Williams responded to a report of shots fired. Upon arrival, they determined that a 3-year-old child had sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Officer immediately rendered life-saving measures, and due to the severity of the injuries, they made a determination to transport that 3-year-old to our local hospital. After being there, he was subsequently transported to the hospital in Greenville, North Carolina. And I would like to read, he was at Maynard's Children's Hospital in Greenville, North Carolina. They posted a Facebook page, recognize the baby. I won't use his name, but I would say it this way, what they stated: celebrating the baby. After 112 days in the hospital following a traumatic event, 3-year-old baby is finally going home. The baby's strength, resilience, and hard work and therapy have inspired everyone around the baby. To honor this amazing milestone, the light tower was shining green last night to recognize the baby's courage and bravery. Let's we thank y'all for y'all dedication, y'all commitment. Officer Williams. Oh, you want us to stand on the front? Okay.
All right, that's right. Good job. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Chief. I just want to say that is the true definition of protecting and serving. I know you all have a tough job, and I just want to commend you all again for your bravery and for your hard work and dedication to this town. So thank you all so much. Okay, next we will have any public comments at this time. Okay, we do have one.
To the mayor, town manager, and councilman. I'd like to announce that on Monday, January the 19th, the concerned citizens of Hereford County and vicinity will sponsor the annual Martin Luther King March, leaving from the fire station, marching to the New Ahoskie Baptist Church. There we will have speakers, and we will have a community forum, and we'll have greetings from different people in the community. We're asking all that would like to come join us for the march. And if you can't march, meet us at the church, and you'll be on the inside this year because they said they were cold last year. So, but I'm not the chairperson of the Martin Luther King Annual Day anymore. Sister Loretta McCullum is the chairperson. I'm just a follower now. I'm getting older now, so she's going to take over from me. But we're asking all that can and will join us on Monday, the 19th at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mayor, committee, I had to take the opportunity to come tonight I couldn't go out without coming back to say thank you to you guys for all that you shared with me. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life, being with you. Learned a lot, we shared a lot. And Brother Hunt and I bumped knees a lot. But it was a privilege and an honor, and I couldn't walk away without coming back to say to you guys, thank you for all that we shared together. But mainly to the citizens of the hospital, I have to come back and say thank you so much for, I promised my wife I wouldn't be up here too long. Thank you so much for the confidence that you had in me, the opportunity that you gave me to serve as a councilman at the town of hospital. Again, it was one of the greatest experiences and privileges of my life, and I just had to come back and say what you said. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharp, and thank you, Mrs. Sharp, for telling him not to stay, because he was going to make us cry if he didn't. Okay, we have one more comment? Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. My name is Angel Staten, and I came out tonight to speak on behalf of Ahoskie Public Library. Yes, we do still have a library. Okay. As with most things, it is best to start at the beginning. So, in May of 1916, there was a plea for a community library and a reading room in Ahoskie. In April of 1920, it was written in the Hertford County Herald that Ahoskie could well afford a public library because it takes other things than mere expansion and commercial growth to make a better citizenship. In 1935, Ahoskie Public Library finally came to be thanks to major contributions from the Ahoskie Women's Club with assistance from the town council and other community members and citizens. In its infancy, it was led by Mayron Parker. In the past 90 years, we have grown, having joined the ARL system, or the Albemarle Regional Library System, which currently encompasses Hertford, Bertie, Northampton, and Gates counties in 1970. And then in 1972, we moved to our current location, which is 210 East Church Street. Over the last year, we have had the pleasure of adding 170 new library card holders, providing over 100 free programs and activities to over 400 participants, and offering over 16,000 assisted services to the people in our community. So now that you're caught up, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Angel Staten. I am 27 years old, a two-time graduate of East Carolina University, a prior HC English and Language Arts teacher, and I have been the branch manager of Ahoskie Public Library for the last 6 months. As an Ahoskie native, I am well aware of the challenges that we face here. Therefore, my vision for the library is not only to provide resources, but to foster an environment where everyone is welcome to connect, change, engage, grow, and be lifelong learners within our community. So for people who aren't aware of libraries outside of schools, we offer a space that is not just silence. We offer programs and activities, snacks, resources. We partner with ECU to have a health hub. We also currently partner with the local food pantry so that we're able to take donations and give food to people. We take donations for books, CDs, records, and then our collection, which are the things that you can check out, also includes CDs, audiobooks, video games, DVDs, many things. You can come in and play board games or talk. We have a couple of patrons who could come and just knit. So just sort of reintroducing both myself and the library to those of you here and those of you out here, in case anyone forgot. The library is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays we're open 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this month, we do have activities going. So it's the 250th anniversary of America. So this week, we're kind of kicking it off with a Hamilton Week, activities and things like that, because his birthday was this past Sunday, as was mine. And then in February, we have activities for Take Your Child to the Library Day, which is February 7th. So the entire first week, we have activities, games, and snacks for parents and kids. Thank you guys for the opportunity. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much. I just want to say before we head to our next agenda item that it's been such a pleasure to have Angel back in our community and in that leadership position. I've been able to actually take part in some of those programs and witness firsthand the amazing things that she's doing with our library. So I do want to encourage everyone to go to the library, check it out, see some of the things that she's got going on. I'm very excited for her vision for the library, and this is a good example of when we have talented people that come back home and provide for our community. So kudos to you, and thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. All right, is there any other public comments? All right. Okay, if not, we'll ask for the approval of agenda. I do believe we will be removing agenda item number 1 for tonight. Is there any revisions or additions to the agenda? All right. If not, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All right, motion is made, probably second, to approve the agenda with the removal of agenda item number 1. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Motion carries. All right, next up, we have the approval of our consent agenda. For the consent agenda items, we have the approval of minutes for December 11th, 2025 regular meeting and the 2026 Towns Council meeting schedule. Do we have a motion to approve consent agenda? Do
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
we have a second?
Second.
All right, motion is made properly second to approve the consent agenda. All in favor? All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, next up, for number one on our agenda tonight, we have the purchasing road repair equipment agenda item.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm bringing a recommendation from the Finance Committee. This has already been brought before the public multiple times that this is a direction that we were looking to head. But as a refresher, the goal is to internalize our road repair equipment instead of sending that out to an outside contractor. The reasons that we're looking to do that is to be able to protect public safety when it comes to our own vehicles, preserve the town's investment when it comes to infrastructure. We did follow a three-quote comprehensive equipment comparison. In the process of doing that, the evaluation was determined that there was a total of 6 total items that would need to be purchased in order to accomplish this. Those have been reviewed. They're in your packet in detail. One of the deciding factors when it came to making the selection was also based on being able to maintain and repair the equipment here in Ahoskie instead of sending that out. So the vendor selection process that went to town council is actually bringing the recommendation of purchasing the equipment through John Deere, since there is repair options here in Ahoskie. The total conclusion that was for this reason, purchasing road equipment from the enterprise fund is justified as a direct enterprise expense. The equipment will be used to address roadway damage, specifically caused heavily by water and sewer line repair needs, making the cost allocation consistent with state law, generally accepted accounting principles, and sound municipal financing. So the fund will be our enterprise fund. We will do it as a complete capital outlay, and the total expenditure invoice cost across all items will be $180,000, which will require no funding outside of our already approved budget allocation. So there's no budget revision necessary, and there will be no financing putting any additional debt on the town. It would be a cash purchase.
Thank you, Mr. Moses. Do we have any questions from the council in regards to this agenda item tonight?
Questions?
I do have one. Upon approval, do we have a timeline of when we can anticipate the arrival of the equipment?
I don't have a specific timeline that I can share, but I will say that the equipment, as we've had conversations with the manufacturers, we're not backdated long periods of time, so it should move fairly quickly. Since I don't have an exact date, I would prefer not to quote one.
Yes.
I'd like to make my statement, Mr. Mayor, because I don't think they understand what's happening. We can get the potholes fixed
Well, and for
without waiting too much.
for anyone who hasn't been following this prior to this, the impact that this is going to have is both on time, ultimately a dramatic cost savings, being able to do it in-house. We do experience delays when we're dealing with outside companies, and so we hear you every single time you call the town hall and say you would like a pothole fixed. What I am hoping now is that we can actually be much more aggressive about addressing things when they're small. When you wait, holes only get bigger, right? We live in the coastal plain, built on sand. So the goal and objective is that we can address these things quickly, efficiently, and something very important to me, cost effectively. Being able to cut our costs over time and not a long time. We're not talking about 10-year return. We're talking about the difference between potholes costing us over $1,000 going down to the supply cost being $100. That's a dramatic impact, and that also gives us control. So you will now be heard, it can be addressed, and most importantly, it's one of the top concerns that you're being heard.
And a question before I ask for a motion, are we working on a way for the the residents to report potholes that they may see?
Yes, and actually, we'll be requesting feedback about the way people want to communicate with the town when it comes to this subject. There's many options. My hope is that we can make it very easy on the town to do that. We have invested in applications that are currently underutilized that we would like to utilize. We have to look at all the functionality, but we also want to make sure that you have multiple ways. Some people want to jump on their computer. Some individuals want to make a phone call. We're going to make sure that it's convenient. That's the most important thing.
All right, thank you for that. All right, that's all the questions I have. If there's no comments or questions, do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, Mr. Mayor.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
All right, motion has been made and properly second to approve the purchasing road repair equipment from enterprise funds. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. All right, motion carries. All right, next on our agenda is the appointment of Policy and Ordinance Review Committee. Is that for discussion?
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. The last meeting we had, we proposed, actually 2 meetings ago, we proposed the Policy and Ordinance Review Committee, but we never actually appointed to that board amongst the members. So at this time, I just would like a discussion. We cannot have more than 3 members on the board, so we don't run into quorum issues. I would like to serve on the board, but we need 2 more members on the board.
And those members, super loud, those members are specifically from the council that you're mentioning?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'd like to serve on the board also.
Aye, sir. Oh, that's right, you got it. Okay.
That's 3. I appreciate you guys serving, and we're going to get to work real soon, like next week. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that was fast and easy. I'm looking forward to that board, and I believe the application process is, no, that's internal.
Internal.
I'm thinking about Citizens Advisory.
I'm going to talk about Citizens Advisory Council and council comments. I'm going to just give an update about it.
Okay, perfect. We got a lot of committees, y'all. Getting confused sometimes. Okay. So, I know we in agreement, but we will need a motion for that. Do we have anyone that can?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that myself, Councilman Simmons, and Councilman Reynolds are appointed to the Policy and Review Committee board.
I'll second that motion.
All right. Motion is made properly second to appoint Councilman Hunt, Reynolds, and Simmons to the Policy and Ordinance Review Committee. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, and last for discussion, we have the failed procurement for proposals of the Youth Center Wall Mural Order Services.
Yes, so the town council made a recommendation for putting out 3 RFPs. One of the RFPs that was put out was for the wall mural for the youth center. It had a timeline that has now expired. The only recommendations we received to do the mural were not local nor qualified, and so they were rejected. So at this point in time, this would be deemed a failed procurement, and we will go for an open search. Same funds, same requirements, but doing an open search for meeting this need.
So with that open search, we would still would we still have the
funding is still there.
Okay.
The requirement's still there. Really, the only thing that is impacted by a failed procurement is that there is a more open-ended timeline. If the right candidate, local candidate would be the goal. We want local artists to please, engage in this. But we don't have to wait for a particular timeline. The right artist walks in the door, can show work that I can bring to the council for approval. it gives us more of an open-ended opportunity to do that. I'm hoping there was a misunderstanding that I'm going to have 12 to 15 local artists knocking on my door tomorrow morning. I know some people in this room know some local artists. Stop hiding, okay? And again, this is a great opportunity. This is an opportunity to benefit the town. It is an opportunity to enrich one of our buildings that truly needs it and brings some attention. But I also recommend that the local artists realize too, it's a way to build your own resume, and this can lead to additional murals. You know, this is the start of a journey, and we would love to have local artists have their footprints in their hometown. That would be our goal. That being said, we're not closed to anyone, especially if we're not getting local artists. That is our preference, but we also want the murals. And so please, all of you, get on your phones, your social media accounts, walk to a neighbor, however you know them, and ask them to contact us and open up that door to enrich Ahoskie with our next mural. And we know that the current mural that just went up set a threshold. Everyone loves it. We know it's amazing. So now we're looking for the next one.
Mr. Mose, you said it so eloquently. But y'all, everybody in here, okay, I'm from Ahoskie. This is Ahoskie coming out. Everybody in here, y'all witnesses, we tried to work with our local folks now. So if we find somebody from New Hampshire or from Florida, if they put the mural up, don't come out to us to be trying to hire local people. We tried to do it the first time too, and we trying again this time. So I got all my witnesses, y'all, and everybody on Facebook. We clear? We on the same page, everybody? Okay, thank y'all. Okay, so thank you for the update, Mr. Moses, and hopefully we'll find somebody soon. Next up, we have staff reports.
Good evening, y'all. All is well in the Board of Finance. I don't really have a lot to report. I did submit the DEQ audit on Friday. That was a breath of fresh air, and the actual fiscal year 24-25 audit has been pushed back. The deadline's been pushed back to February. So that's still very much so up in the air as to when we will get anything back from our auditors. Thank you.
I will add one clarifying point. We live in this world every day, but I do want to clarify that deadline being pushed back had absolutely nothing to do with us. Our stuff was in on time. It was ready. The demands on auditors is very high right now because we have too few auditors for the number of municipalities in North Carolina that need the services. So that deadline was moved at a state level. We're literally waiting. And we engage every single day to make sure that they have everything that they need from us. And so the timeline is not on this department, but it's on the state of North Carolina, just as a clarifying point.
Thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
With the fire department, this was kind of a busy time of year for us, closing out the end of the year. Everything we deal with OSFM, everything has a December 31st deadline, from our fire reporting to our training standards, certifying our firefighter roster, which we have got certified. Currently, we hold 34 volunteers and 6 paid staff. So we hold a manpower of 40 total men and women that serve the town of Ahoskie on the fire department. Also, the new OSFM state grant has come open, and we'll be applying for that grant to upgrade some of our equipment. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening again.
Good evening.
All right. Okay, so with our cop spot, we're doing real well with that. We've had several businesses that have interest in it. They received our little stickers and things that Mr. Moses had made for us, our brochures on our brochures, we just have random people up there. So we have been taking photos of officers so we can have those pictures of Ahoskie officers put on the brochure. Some of the corporate businesses, they did recommend that we send them a brochure, like Speedway, T-Mobile, Walmart, those businesses, and a few others. But we have had a lot of cooperation throughout the town with that. Once we get enough photos of those locations, Piggly Wiggly, Tim's Convenience Store, Shell Station on Main Street, there's a few others that we went, the Housing Authority. Once we get enough pictures, we're gonna put all of that on Facebook, maybe to attract other businesses that may want to be a part of the cop spot. So we're excited about that. The whole team, everybody's on board with that. Other than that, with the shots fired, we did have 5 for the month of December. 5 shots fired. Just Saturday, I think it was Saturday, where it happened in January, but I can't share it. We had shots fired. It was multiple shots. Some of the individuals have been identified. And I just like to say, if you shooting in a Ahoskie, shots fired, we're going to find out who you are, and you're going to be charged. I've said this before. It appears that some just want to test the water a little bit. So I'm letting you know up front again that if you're caught shooting in the town of Ahoskie, we find out who you are, you will be charged. If you're a felon, you're going to be held accountable, charged as a convicted felon. You have switch on the vehicle, on your guns that make the guns shoot multiple times, like it's automatic, like a machine gun or something like that. You're going to be charged. Like I said, we have someone inside of the police department that have the hookup with people that when you want to do things like this, I told you that we're taking up another notch, and we're going to continue to do that. Just look at the newspaper. There's been several people that's been charged. Look at Facebook. There's been several people that's been charged because you're using these guns and you don't have no type of remorse. You don't care who you're shooting at, who's behind it, and we don't want innocent people to be shot. I mean, just go, like I said, go in the field somewhere and do these things. I mean, it's dangerous. We don't like it, and we've upped our beat with this. Like I said, we're working on the federal level, and that's what's going to happen. So you don't want to be charged federally. I'm letting you know, stop the shooting. Take it somewhere else. Don't do it here in Hertford County. Not any county, but you just need to know the purpose of having a firearm. It's not just be shooting at people and running down the street and just doing it randomly. So I'm saying it again, if we catch you, you're going to be arrested and charged. And it's not going to be a little charge. If you shoot multiple times, you're going to be charged with attempt murder. That's what we're doing. So I'm just letting you know, don't matter if you're a juvenile. So parents, just stay up to speed with your children. Check the rooms, like I said. See any guns. They're carrying guns. They're in your residence. Search your residence. You pay the bills. That's your house. Check it out. Other than that, we do have programs. Coffee with a Cop going to be coming up. We changed it from January to February. We're still trying to see how that's going to work out. We have our Guns Down Prayers Up coming up. Other events that we normally do. And we're just going to keep on making Ahoskie a safe place. We can't stop all the shooting, but we certainly can suppress it. So that's what we're doing. Any questions? Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good evening. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. On behalf of Public Works, I just want to report that everything day-to-day operations are going well and smooth. Our water rehab project has started this past month. Everything is moving along well with that project. The crews are pretty much done laying all the main water lines for West Street and Alton Street. Within the next, I'd say 30 days, they should be finishing up that area that they're working, getting all the services in, getting everything hooked up and abandoned. And I just wanted to also update y'all that the Academy Street project, we're anticipating that the water crew will start next Tuesday since Monday is a holiday. They're going to start at the Academy and Sunset intersection, and they're going to be working their way back towards Bojangles. So it's going to be probably a lengthy process. You've probably seen some construction going on already. That's the third-party boring crew, so that they don't have to interrupt traffic on the main intersection. So anything that's DOT intersections, they're going to do trenchless boring to minimize the traffic impact. There will be impacts to traffic on all the town-owned intersections. I've spoke with the PD, so starting next Tuesday, you can anticipate traffic interruptions. The PD is going to assist us with setting up the lane closures in the morning and the afternoon. People don't want to slow down for yellow lights, so hopefully the blue lights will keep the crews safe out there and allow them to do the work to improve our infrastructure. So just be patient with the traffic interruptions, and they're in order to improve things, it's going to be a little bit of chaos and a little bit of damage to the grass and sidewalks and things of those natures. So just bear with us and the contractors until we can get those things squared away. Also want to report the 561 water project for the booster station. DEQ has approved that project at the state level. So we've got the all clear from DEQ at the state level to start that. I was in contact with Gopher Utilities, the contractor who's doing that project for us, and he's hoping by the 1st of February we can break ground out there, get that project into work since we've been dragging that on for such a long period of time, and hopefully improve water quality and pressure out that way for our utility customers. So those are two big projects we have going on that I wanted to update you on and report on. And like I said, everything else day to day is going smooth. Do y'all have any questions for me?
I think we need a round of applause for that, that 561. I mean, for that 561 part, exactly. But, yeah, I don't think everybody really understands the importance of what's going on right now. So, do you want to just explain the storm, like what the stormwater? We've talked about it a while, but it's actually happening. The stormwater and the water project.
So we've got the stormwater infrastructure project going on, which is going to help us map out our stormwater infrastructure to help us address areas of need within our community. It's old infrastructure put in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and it is in need of being updated and replaced. So with this grant, it has given us the ability to, I believe it no cost, correct? No cost to the citizens, to give us a map and a starting point of say, hey, these right here are the areas that you all are calling and complaining about stormwater, nuisance flooding. We have no record of how this stuff is ran, how it's put in, where it goes to, and how it makes it to the creek. So this gives us a starting point to say, hey, this right here is our area of concern, and this is how we can put in a plan to attack this and help improve stormwater infrastructure and flooding and things of that nature. So we've been working on that project for, I'd say, a little over a year, and that's finally in motion. RK&K, our contractors, have been out and mapping, so we're making good progress on that. And then the water rehab project, our water, sewer, storm drain, all of our infrastructure is owned in town, and it needs to be replaced little by little. And the town received a grant. I think that was 100% as well, to help us address that infrastructure need as well. So West Street and Alton Street in Ahoskie, all of Academy from Droko and Sunset intersection all the way to Bojangles, all of the connecting intersections, and then First Street from Academy at First Street all the way to the new elementary school. All of those areas will have brand new water lines, brand new valves, brand new fire hydrants, service lines, water meters. So as the town manager was touching on our potholes and repair to our infrastructure, if you ride down Academy and West Street, Out Street, First Street, it'll rattle you to death, and it's because we're constantly going in these spots to repair aging infrastructure. So by replacing all of these water lines and valves and hydrants and everything, we shouldn't have to go back into these roads for a very long time. 50 or 60 years probably is what the expected life expectancy is on the stuff they're putting in. So it helps our old infrastructure and will eventually help our roads by not tearing them up to make repairs. So overall, it's a great benefit that we're addressing these two needs. And like I said, just bear with us. It's not a quick project. We've been on it about a month. We've got West Street and Out Street close to done. Academy Street is going to take a while just because of all the intersections and existing utilities. But just bear with us. And I know it's a mess and delays in traffic and things of that nature, but it'll be worth it in the end and help Ahoske's infrastructure. So I hope that it's a little bit of clarification. So if you see a lot of things going on, just know it's to help the town and the citizens that we serve.
I'm going to make one clarifying point as well. So the mapping process for this stormwater is a precursor for pursuing funds for repair. So this is kind of step 3 in a 4-step process. And when that's done, it should lead straight into that pursuit. And again, addressing flooding is right now not happening. The mapping is happening. I just want to make sure everyone understands that when they know where everything's going, they can make recommendations about where it should go.
Right. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Wastewater will finish end of the year annual performance report. Hopefully by the end of this month, we'll have that posted on the town's website, Facebook page and all that stuff. Get that to y'all. And other than that, it's routine maintenance, small minor breakdowns we're handling in-house. Hopefully by the end of the month, contractor should be coming to install the new bar screen, finally. Hopefully they'll be here. Other than that, everything's doing well.
Okay. And our recreation director was not able to attend tonight. He had other obligations. He did want me to share the fact that the basketball season has started, and there's already been 14 games played with over 200 kids participating. Outstanding. He wanted me to also highlight the fact that a pep talk was done by Coach Rob Burt and the Chowan University men's basketball team. That was very well received. And so he wanted me to say thank you for participating. And also a reminder, whether you have a kid playing or not, there's almost no better thing that you can do to warm your soul and refresh your positive feelings of Ahoskie than going and watching these kids play. So by all means, please go out and enjoy the basketball season that has started.
Thank you all to all the staff for those amazing updates. There's some wonderful things that are going on in the town, and it's really really pleasing to hear everything that we have going on.
I have one kind of town manager update as well. We have really stepped in hard to improve our website. We want to make sure that our website and our apps that we're using is a go-to connection for you guys. So if you haven't been using the website, if you haven't downloaded the Connect Ahoskie app, now's the time to do it. information flow is going to be available through those resources. So those updates have already started. If you haven't been on in a while, it's starting to look different. There's a lot more information on there. But I also love feedback. Okay, so if you're going and you're looking for something and you want a resource, let us know, and we're going to continue to make those more and more robust. And we're going to start pushing out notifications on this app before you know it. So today's a perfect day to download the Connect Ahoskie app.
Thank you for that, Mr. Moses. All right. Do we have any comments from council at this time?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna make a couple of comments. First off, I'm gonna start with the Citizens Advisory Committee. We have received the I Volunteer updates from the citizens that wanted to be a part. And I think we have all the positions filled except ETJ resident. So we have 2 business owners, 2 from Ward A, 2 from Ward B, and 2 at large. And those citizens should be receiving an email very shortly, probably tomorrow or before the end of this week, letting you know your next steps so we can go ahead and start that committee up. And the last thing I'm gonna say, Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna second what you were saying earlier. Tonight was a lot of good information. Young lady in this audience, when I was campaigning for the second time, she said 3 words: infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. So there was 3 infrastructure projects that you heard tonight. And I just want to say to the staff, I want to thank all of you guys for what you do on a daily basis. I know sometimes we sit up here and we make decisions and we don't quite understand you guys don't quite understand us, but together as a team, we have really made a big impact on our community. And I just want to say thank you to all the staff tonight. That's it.
Well, I am glad that Ms. Staten is still in the audience, because I did want to commend her on her positive work at the public library. I am a regular patron, and she's doing quite a bit. In fact, her staff, as well as her, are the judges for our MLK essay contest. They volunteered. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me better? So as I was saying, I did want to publicly commend Angel Staten for her work at the public library, for helping with the MLK essay contest. They're actually reading all of the essays for the essay contest, and so we would like to commend her for the work that she and her staff are doing at the public library.
Do you have any other comments? I just have one comment before we wrap, and I just want to say thank you to the volunteers that signed up for Ahoskie Peace Collective. We do have one of our members here, Dr. Walker, that's on that with us as well. So we had a wonderful meeting last night. Our police department is doing an amazing job trying to keep our streets safe the best way they can, putting their lives on the line. But it's going to be a marriage between our law enforcement and our community. And so Ahoskie Peace Collective is going to be a community-led movement that is going to bring peace to our community through community interventions, through various programs, because everything can't be on us or on our law enforcement either. We have to take some accountability, and we have to put in the work as well, because we all live here. We all want a better neighborhood. So we had a very productive meeting last night. We're going to be meeting monthly, and we'll be providing updates from those meetings of what you all can anticipate, as well as reviewing some data, looking at different things that are happening in the community, and we're going to match the effort that is being put forth by our chief and our police department. So we can come at this thing from all sides, just so that we can tackle this issue that's been going on for far too long in our community. So we're still accepting members. So I'll say again, every time something happens, we get a lot of complaints, but we get a few people that's willing to step up and help us out. So please, if you're interested in making a difference, if you want to take a stand against a lot of this violence that is going on, we still have that link live, I believe, on Facebook, or you can reach out to anyone to learn about how you can sign up and join that movement that we have here in Ahoskie. So, yeah.
And it should be added, there's no limit to the number of people that can participate in that.
Yeah, correct.
So there's an open seat, and if there's not, you come, I'll get you an open seat.
All right, if we don't have any other comments, we'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is made, properly seconded to adjourn. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries.
Take this out of here. I ain't, since we taking that, she